I grew up in a staunchly Republican household in the conservative South. So, that would make anyone move toward progress.
I was born a progressive. I've always been the type of person that questioned things and wondered why things were the way they were.
I've always felt that I wanted to help others, and I've always been interested in justice and helping those who couldn't help themselves.
I had a Spanish teacher, my Spanish teacher, who accosted me in the hallway of our college and said, "Are you a communist?"
I like to think that I was born a progressive.
I think I've always been a progressive, as long as I can remember. I've been angry since I was a teenager.
There are a lot of reasons we're progressives.
So much of the history of the 20th century is a history of progressive success and various progressive movements, the labor movement, the New Deal, civil rights, the women's movement, the disability movement, LGBTQ rights community. And the 20th century has been marked by this expansion and broadening of access and of rights, and that is something that I think progressives need to build on, because that's our heritage, and that's one to be proud of.
It's a positive thing. It is about making an economic system, a political system, and ultimately an environmental system that's sustainable.
We have stood up again and again to racism, sexism, bigotry of all kinds, and always against the concentration of power in the hands of a few.
Growth. From 1935 to 1980, 90% of America's families, that is everyone except the top 10%, got 70% of all the income growth in that 35 years.
When you have banks that are too big to fail, in my view, they are too big to exist. We've got to break them up.
Right-wing and bitter, clinging, proud clingers of our guns, our God, and our religions and our Constitution tell us that we're not red enough.
No, we got a president in America coming after our guns, and MSNBC saying our kids belong to them, and they're telling us how to talk. I mean, this is a cult.
It seems like the modern conservative movement as it exists right now has gone dangerously off the rails and has become unhooked from reality.
In 2011, at a kitchen table in Richmond, a group of like-minded friends founded APV, the Alliance for Progressive Virginia, a multi-issue, all-volunteer, not-for-profit dedicated to social justice, economic fairness, and good government here in the Commonwealth and beyond. Since then, we've been standing up for progressive values at City Hall here in Richmond, at the Virginia General Assembly, and in the halls of Congress.
I got involved with APV because it's a bunch of local citizens that have united to have a voice here locally in government and to move forward our ideas and make some progress here in Virginia.
Part of what is attractive about APV is they have kind of two perspectives. There's a long-range perspective, which is why it's an umbrella organization. So you have environmental concerns, economic concerns, and political concerns all kind of tied together. You can't really take one from the other. They're all of a piece. And APV understands that. That's why it's an umbrella organization the way it is. But at the same time, they pick individual battles and they fight in a very low-level way for legislation that makes sense at the state level, even at the municipal level.
We've testified and marched and spoken out at every opportunity on issues that we know are important. It hasn't always been easy, but we've been up to the challenge. As we enter our 6th year, we are seeing the fruits of our progressive labors.
I'm from Northern Virginia, and a while back my delegate came by knocking on doors, and when I mentioned I was a member of APV, he knew who we were, and that felt really good, that we have a presence in Virginia.
Year after year, we've been telling the truth, speaking out, giving your values a voice before the seat of power. And we won't stop, because an election doesn't solve the problem. Winning a debate or changing a lawmaker's mind on an issue isn't the end, it's just the beginning.
I think we need to rethink the war on drugs.
Protecting a woman's right to choose.
We need to overturn Citizens United now.
Protecting the environment, moving towards clean and renewable energy.
Get the money out of politics now.
We need to save Social Security and Medicare.
Clearly, we still have a lot to do.
We still need your help. Your participation and your financial help allow us to keep up the good fight. Won't you please consider getting involved or helping with a donation?
I absolutely believe that citizens who organize can make a difference. And not only do they get things done, they've gotten things done with a short supply of resources. They get things done in a timely manner. They get things done. I want to say it with a song in their heart, but that's ridiculous.
Sitting on the sidelines and complaining is not something I do.